Welcome to Power of Storytime. Today we're going to read Clyde the Cat That Came In From the Cold, which was written and illustrated by Daphne Stammer. She's a local Sacramento artist and author, and she taught here for over 30 years as a high school art teacher. And she originally wrote this book 25 years ago, but wasn't able to get it published at the time. But when we met her, we were able, through all of our modern technology, to publish it for her. And so this has finally come to life. So I'm going to read Daphne's bio. Daphne Stammer is an artist, teacher, docent, traveler, equestrian, and cat rescuer. When not riding her horse JT, she can be found in her studio with the comfort of her cat. So she was both inspired by a cat she adopted named Clyde, but also by her students. She wanted to show them that you can follow your dreams. So get cozy, we're going to start reading Clyde the Cat That Came In From the Cold. To my father, who inspired me to pursue my dream, and to my husband and daughter for their encouragement, and to Clyde, for without him, there would be no story. Clyde the Cat That Came In From the Cold. Story and illustrations by Daphne Stammer. Clyde was just a plain, ordinary cat. He was not really very handsome. In fact, he was scruffy and skinny, but he had a dream. His dream was to be a house cat. A house cat is special and spoiled and loved. This is the story of Clyde and his search for his dream. He wandered far and near looking for a pleasant home. His search took him through old, broken-down buildings and long, scary alleys. Clyde did not have a home. He had to hunt for his food. He had to sleep in the bushes, but he would not give up his dream. After many days and weeks, he came upon a very nice neighborhood. Here he met friendly fat cats and kind, pleasant people. Clyde thought this would be a good place to find the perfect family who would love him. He found a pretty yellow house. It belonged to the Kittenbergs, and they loved cats. They already had 3. One day there were 4 bulls on the front porch. He thought maybe one of the bulls could be for him. And it was. The meals tasted so good. But Clyde knew that if his dream of becoming a house cat was to come true, he would have to work very hard. He would guard the house. He would chase away stray dogs and cats. He would keep the mice away. He would greet the mailman. He would put his stamp of approval on the family car. And he would watch the garden grow. Then winter came. It was very cold and wet. The cold wind blew almost every day. Clyde sat looking in the window. Oh, it looked so warm inside. He sat there hoping the family would let him come in. And then it happened. Mrs. Kittenberg opened the door and called to him. His dream was coming true. He ran into the house. she made him a special bed. He had his very own litter box. And he got to eat whenever he wanted. On shopping day, he loved to play in the grocery bags. Some days, the only way he could express his joy was by chasing his tail around the room. One of his special games was playing hide and seek in empty boxes. Mrs. Kittenberg loved him very much. He liked to sit with her while she watched television. When the days got warmer, Clyde would follow the sun throughout the day, going from room to room, curling up in its warmth. He was so happy. Clyde's dream had finally come true. He was not just an ordinary cat. He was the cat that came in from the cold. He was a house cat. That's the story of Clyde, the cat that came in from the cold. It's so sweet. As a cat lover myself, and as a company of animal lovers, we were really touched by Clyde's story, and also by Daphne's story. It's so special that we were finally able to help her publish this book, and so excited that we got to share it with you all. We're going to be reading books every Wednesday at noon Pacific time, 3 Eastern time, and next week we're going to start reading the middle grade novel The Passage at Moose Beach by Michael Foster. This is the first book in a series. It's a series of adventure novels that follow Alicia. She's a young girl who, on a day in the forest with her dad, travels through a strange portal and finds herself in a completely new place, and she has to learn to fend for herself and search to find a way home. So we're going to be reading this next Wednesday.
She makes some magical friends, too.
She does make some magical friends while she's on her journey. And we also recently published the sequel, which is Finding the Last. We'll be reading this as well later, also by Michael Foster. The sequel is very exciting, a little bit more grown up. It's very fun. We're excited to read these to you all. And every Friday at 5 p.m. Pacific time, we're going to be reading some of our other books for adults. We'd love to get your suggestions of what you'd like to hear from us. We have a business book, The $1 Billion Branding Blueprint, which teaches you a lot about branding and marketing. We've got a Jane Austen coloring book, The Quick Succession of Busy Nothings, so we could do a color along if you guys would like to see that. We also have What Goes Unseen and Other Tales from Afar. That's a series of short stories by Sean Minster. They're kind of spooky and interesting and a little bit old-timey. They're really fun. And we also have All About Water, as told by the plumber who's seen it all, by Greg Chick, and that has a lot of great information on plumbing and water systems, all with fun illustrations. That's another great read. So leave us a comment, let us know which one you'd like to hear next, and we hope that you'll join us next week when we start to read The Passage at Moose Beach by Michael Foster. And thanks for joining us on The Power of Storytime.